Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Angel Santiago. I am joined tonight by Tony Trapasso. This is the Resurgence Xfinity Series League. We are live from Auto Club Speedway. Tony, how are we doing today?
Going back to Cali, baby.
Oh, living this
Love it.
Cali days, absolutely. Right now, we are in the middle of qualifying. We're watching a couple drivers like Kyle Henneman, currently on track in his Kmart number 66. Tony, we're racing at Auto Club, 2 mile wide, and I mean wide oval. This is going to present a lot of challenges, but a ton of good racing tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the sister track to Michigan. They're both 2 miles. They're both pretty wide. It's going to lead to multi-groove racing as the night wears on. The only thing that's got me concerned is that track temperature, bud. 112 degrees already, and this is just solo qualifying. So a little bit concerning there. Heavy water grain in the air too, so that's going to be something to be mindful of. The cool air temperature, heavy water grain. These cars are going to be making a ton of power here tonight. The biggest thing these guys are going to really have to focus on is they've only got 6 sets of tires to get them through 100 laps. This track, it will cheese grater a set of Goodyear Eagles
Yeah,
quickly.
you said it. I mean, perfectly right there. It will cheese grater them. I mean, with the set of tires they have, you can go about 16, 17 laps on each set of tires to make them last evenly throughout. But I guarantee you, after 5 laps, these drivers will be begging for a caution to get some fresh Goodyears on there.
It's like a larger, faster Darlington, basically.
Oh,
But
yes.
the other thing to consider, too, they only got a 65% fuel fill. So fuel should only be lasting about the same amount of time as the tires will. So that's going to kind of work out into their favor. The only problem is you are going to go a lap down here if you have to pit under a green flag stop, but everything should wash out if we stay green. If you get caught a lap down, you're screwed here tonight.
Well, and that's another thing. You talking about, pit lane and everything. It's gonna be a challenge. Who decides to come down first, and who's gonna stay out a little bit longer? You come in first. You're gonna make up plenty of time. I mean, we're gonna see a couple of seconds of drop in your times. As the run goes on. So it's gonna be a chess match. How early do you pit without it being too early, and how much time can you make up in the process?
Well, I was watching the guys that were doing, fuel runs during the hot lap session, and after about 10 laps, you're looking at 2.5 second fall off in tire wear.
Yeah,
That's insane.
that's insane. Well, I mean, so as you mentioned, this track temperature right now sitting at 111, 112 degrees. It is just gonna. This track could be cold, and it's still gonna be chewing up these tires. So now you put this high temperature, they're gonna be slipping and sliding all the way across the racetrack. It's gonna make for a fantastic race, especially with these Xfinity cars. I mean, they slip and slide regardless. Now you put them on a track like this, they're gonna be dirt tracking it around here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. As qualifying comes to an end, Pat Clapp setting quick time. Good grief. Nice job, Pat.
Speaking of,
As
we're gonna go
they're
ahead.
starting to grid up right now.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and bring up our qualifying results. There you
Let's
go.
go straight to the
Alrighty.
grid.
There we go. Yes, straight to the grid. Here we are. So, as our good friend here, Tony, mentioned, Patrick Clapp on pole with a 41.759 blazing speed. Chris Worrell, last week's winner, in second. Our very own Liam is in third place here today. Joseph Lester, another one of our own, running in fourth. Austin J. Collins is in fifth. Toll Owens in sixth. Ryan C. Worley in seventh. Brett Sierra in eighth. Ninth is Trey Bartow, and then in 10th is James Wurtsema.
Damon Lester and Nick Wing are going to make up row number 6. We've got Dusty Burkhart and Kyle Henneman making up row number 7. Row 8 brings us Jackson Gleason and Carlin Forsyth. And starting shotgun on the field in the 5 is going to be Ryan Chapman. So 17 cars here tonight, 100 laps of scheduled distance, one fast repair to get you through, and a 30x disqualification limit.
Man, we got
So
some
it's
good
something these
looking.
guys are going to have to be mindful of.
Yeah, it's gonna be because it's gonna be very easy to get a couple of incident points. probably tagging the wall coming off of one of these turns, or even down the backstretch. It's so dang bumpy going down the backstretch here. You can just shoot your car to the left into another car, or to the right into the wall. So that's something these drivers are also going to have to be wary of as the evening goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. As field starts to roll behind the iRacing pace car, whatever that abomination is. But welcome to week 13, folks.
Absolutely agreed, man. I love this view we've got here. See all the cars coming off of this very long pit lane. We got the number 65 of Patrick Clapp and his Ford Mustang, and then Chris Worrell, his Toyota Supra, is in second. Another Toyota in third. Joseph Lester is going to be in a Toyota as well. Usually we see a lot of Chevys, but it seems like the Xfinity cars tend to have more of the Fords and the Toyotas.
It depends on the league. There's still a decent number of Chevys. There's still a decent number of Toyotas. This is the most Fords I've seen in a field in a long time, as you got Clapp in one, Worley's in one, and Bartow's in one. So only three Fords to work together tonight. But, you got the advantage of Pat Clapp, setting quick time in qualifying. He must have found something that nobody else had. As the field working its way into the 3-4 complex, pace car getting ready to duck on off here momentarily. And we're going to turn them loose for 100 laps of anger here at Auto Club. The only thing that's left to do is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, and race fans, it's showtime! Clapp getting a good jump right there. Worrell staying right with him. Chief Cook and Bottle Washer for the league, Lee and Irving, currently sits in the number 3 spot as he's got Joe Lester, my broadcast partner from last night, to his outside. Those guys in lockstep right now. 2 wide, 2 deep as they haul down the back straightaway.
Man, we've got quite the battle for the lead here. Here, Chris Worrell's going to take it on the outside with drafting help from Joseph Lester. Down the backstretch, he's gonna clear for first, and now we got a battle for second between Joseph Lester and Patrick Clapp. I think Joseph might have the run off of turn 4. Whoa!
Into the wall. There was no almost about it. He did tag the wall, and now he tagged
the wrecking on the front stretch. Oh my goodness! Oh, and the 14 nowhere to go. Oh, just T-bones Liam heavily there. Oh my goodness, the 14 just nowhere to go for him, Mike. We're gonna have to go back in and see what all transpired there.
He was on the binders. He just couldn't get the thing slowed down in time. Wow, that was a shot.
I'll get a different view of this and see what all happened at this moment in time. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the Goodyear blimp view for us.
Well, the good news is those guys are going to be able to use their fast repairs to get those cars fixed. The bad news is they're going to have to use their fast repair to get those cars fixed, and we're only on lap 2.
Oh man, that hurt. That was significant, and it just really hurt a lot of these contenders. Really, I mean, you saw, it was Liam and Joseph running up front. I mean, Joseph didn't have too much damage. He might be able to get away without using his fast repair.
No, that right side is pretty wadded up.
Pretty wadded up, yeah.
Liam's missing the complete back end of the car.
Oh, Liam. The front. I'm not sure what part of this car is worse at this point. Obviously, missing a back piece. The left side looks pretty good there.
The loose nut behind the wheel.
There you go. That's what I guess for driving the number 54.
Yeah. I'm afraid I may have jinxed Liam, because I said to him before we went on the air, I said, it's kind of funny. I logged into the session and I clicked on focus on crashes, and it immediately sent me to the 54. And what happens? Lap 1, boom, done.
Oh man, that you know what? We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. That's just bad luck.
So, Joe Lester, Nick Wing, the 14's on pit road. Liam's on pit road to try to get that car fixed. So, yeah, that Toyota Supra Irving's has seen better days.
Yeah, we're gonna see here. What does Joseph do? Does that car get immediately? Oh, it does. He's gonna use a fast repair.
Kind of had to.
Oh, you always hope that somebody, can maybe doesn't have to, and they would maybe save it for later on. But
No,
that place is
he
way
had
more
to.
needed it.
And the good news for him is he's got his dad on track right now, Damon, in the 25. So I guarantee you that Damon was looking at that car as Joseph was circulating the track, and I guarantee you Damon made the call like, dude, you need to get that fixed because there ain't no way you're making it. And
Yeah.
that's the other thing you got to keep in mind too. With as bad as those front ends were damaged, if you don't burn your fast repair, you run the risk of hand grenading the engine because you're almost assured radiator damage at that point.
And then not just from that, but odds are we're gonna have some pretty long green flag runs tonight. What we typically see with a field under 20 cars at a track like Auto Club. So if that is the case, then and you don't fix up all your damage and you're much slower, you're probably gonna go a lap down, and that's gonna be hard to make up at a track like this.
Absolutely. So not taking any chances. It looks like Ryan Chapman has withdrawn from the event, though.
Yeah, not sure exactly what might have happened for Ryan, but
he just decided he didn't want to play tonight. So it leaves us with 16 cars, still running, still on the lead lap, but 4 of them have had to already use their fast repair.
that's that one sucks. But nonetheless, we're gonna be going back green here. You see, Chris Worrell is gonna decide to take the outside here. Oh, I'm sorry.
Inside.
He's on the inside. I'm sorry.
Now, here's an interesting little tidbit of information. If you take a look, Worrell running for Balls Garana. Those of you who watched last night's race know that Ryan Worley usually runs for Dudes Racing. He's actually teaming with Worrell here in this league, as is Nick Wing. So the 3 of those guys have worked together in the iRacing East Series quite effectively. They all came over here to run with the Resurgence League, and it's going to be interesting to see how those guys work together because normally they're bitter rivals on track. The 3 of them are, and the fact that they're going to have to kind of play nicely to make something happen here tonight. That's going to be fun to watch.
Hey, well, teamwork makes the dream work, they say, and they're gonna try to put themselves in victory lane. Maybe finish up front. Not looking too bad right now as we're getting ready to go green.
Pace car is in as the field works its way into the Red Cat restart zone one more time. Worley has to check up there, almost gets into the outside wall. Was expecting Worrell to go sooner than he did. He was listening to Worrell. Clapp didn't go. Here comes Austin Collins to the inside of Clapp, throwing the block on Worley. Battle is for third right now between Worley and Collins as they haul it down the back straightaway.
Well, here comes Worley. He's got a pretty big run. Looks like he almost tagged the wall. Maybe had to get off the throttle a little bit. He's going to lose the time, and it's going to allow Austin Collins to clear him for the third position as they drive here into turns 3 and 4. They're right up on top of each other. You're going to see this all day long. Drivers just trying to cut the nose off of other ones, trying to knock off some of that momentum and some of that downforce in the front end of these cars.
Absolutely. As Borto and Owens throwing haymakers at each other for the 5 spot. Those guys have been in lockstep since the green came out.
Side-by-side action from the 00 and the 09 as they dive down here into 1 and 2. You got a Chevy Camaro and then one of the few Mustangs in the field. The 00 is going to have to give it up. And here comes the 33 of Jackson Gleason trying to take advantage and take one more spot away.
Absolutely. Gleason didn't have the qualifying attempt he was hoping for. Tagged the wall on both laps, but has got it figured out now and is starting to make some headway. Gleason already up 7 spots from where he started, as is Dusty Burkhart in the 69.
That's spots I mentioned right there. You're correct. The 69 moving as we go. But right now, fastest man on the track is Chris Worrell, and he's doing it by a nice distance. He is almost 2/10 faster than second place that last time around.
Absolutely. But the question you got to ask at this point in time, especially knowing how abrasive this track is on right fronts, is he going too hard too soon?
Well, let's watch him here. Let's see as he dives down here into turn 1. Oh, no, not the view I wanted there for a moment.
Worrell wrestles third away from Collins as we were watching that.
Yeah, look at that. Ryan is making his way through the field. Now we've got two of the Mustangs in the field, second and third. So putting on a nice performance. And the third one's back there in seventh place. So all three of them in the top 10 tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You got Toyota, Ford, Toyota, Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Chevy.
And
that's
just
your top
then,
10.
Over half the field just ran their fastest lap of the day that time around here on lap 8. So these drivers are still getting a little more comfortable as this race goes on.
Well, take a look at the lap Worley just cut. It was a 42:07. That's the closest lap that we've seen, other than
Worrell himself. You're right.
I was going to say, other than Owens. Owens is the only other one that's gone 42:0 so far here tonight.
Yeah, so three of those drivers, and you see two of them in first and second shouldn't be too surprising. And as you said, Owen is there looking to make up some spots. Now up to the fifth position, one up from his starting position. But man, we just got to know who's going to burn off their stuff too quickly here.
Well, I mean, Worrell and Worley, they've driven this car enough to know what the performance envelope is and how far they can push it, because they run this car on Friday nights quite a bit. Now, granted, they don't run Auto Club or Michigan, or didn't run Auto Club in Michigan this season, but they still know this car well enough.
Yeah, knowing the car is going to go a long way, especially at a track like Auto Club here, where the track matters so much. So if you don't have to focus on the car and the way it's driving because you know what to do, you can then focus on just attacking the track and making up your time from there.
Well, I dare say Worrell is going to be using this one as a test session for this coming Friday night's championship round for the Circle B Diecast Super Speedway Series, as he is one of the four that made it to the championship race.
So look at that, Chris Worrell looking to maybe start the momentum early in a different league and get a win tonight and carry that on to a championship race. We'll have to see how the rest of this race continues. We are now just over 10% through this race, now completing lap 11, now on lap 12 of the 100-lapper here at Auto Club.
Absolutely. As Joe Lester moves back into the top 10, gets into the number 8 spot after spending an extended period of time on pit road trying to get that car fixed. But
Trey Barton is outside, not willing to give it up.
Not so much. Those two guys are just in lockstep right now. Another one to keep an eye on is Liam Irving, as he's up into the number 12 spot after starting shotgun on the restart.
And you have to watch where these guys race as well. You're going to see in the turns where it really starts to darken up, especially for a 100-lap race as the time goes. All that rubber buildup, you're going to really, especially with the cars that use up tires on a track like this, right there you see Liam's running a little bit higher than everybody else. It's going to carry more speed, but that's going to chew up his tires as well, not staying in the rubber. So we'll have to see how does this risk-reward work for him.
Well, now here's the other thing you got to keep in mind, too. If you pinch it down in the corner, you're going to be using more tire than what Liam's doing. He's able to keep it wound up a little bit more in that second lane. There's a little bit of rubber up there. It's not a ton, so they're not able to use it to defend as effectively as they will in the closing laps of this race. So we've got a battle for second starting to heat up between Worley and Collins.
Just like that, it's a battle for fourth as well. You got Clapp and you have... sorry about that. Toll and Patrick right on top of each other. So battle for second and a battle for fourth here. You see them right in front of them as Chris Worrell says, keep on fighting. I'll keep pulling away while you do it.
Absolutely is. He's 3/4 of a second to the good over that battle for second between Worley and Collins. Collins looking to the inside, going through 3 and 4. Gets to the quarter panel of Worley. Worley, though, is in the black stuff coming off of turn number 4. Able to get a little bit more momentum, keep that nose out front, as right now Collins has to pinch it down hard to stay off of Worley. Worley, though, giving him plenty of room, not pinching him down too much. But you can see right here, Worley's able to carry a little bit more speed on corner entry and get a better drive off as they work their way down the back straightaway here at Auto Club on lap 15 of 100.
Yeah, that 98, he's going to have to find a different way around the 22. He's going to have to maybe do it from the outside, something different, because sitting in his tracks like that and diving all the way to the bottom lane where there's just minimal rubber and sliding up the racetrack, and what a nice save there. You saw it starting to come off on him.
Another coat of paint on that wall, he would have been in trouble.
Yeah. But no, cutting it down like that, he's going to use up his tires as well, and getting loose like that off a turn. So he's really going to have to back it off a little bit and maybe rethink this approach of trying to pass the 22 before he uses up his tires and drops further back in third.
Absolutely. A little bit further back in the pack, there is a pack of angry wolves right now behind Dusty Burkhart as he and Jackson Gleason throwing just right crosses at each other, side by side through three. And they're 3 wide behind them.
And guess who it is? Joseph Lester making his way through, taking on the outside. He's got a nice big run, dives down a little bit down here in the front stretch. He's going to make the move. He's trying to make the pass now on a 33 of Jackson Gleason.
Using the draft to perfection, coming off a 4. He was looking to get a 2-fer, definitely got a 1-fer as he got past Wing and Burkhart there. He was looking to get by Gleason as well before the start-finish line as they're side by side. And
look at that run down the backstretch. Wow.
Look at the run for the 54, too, as he's in the slipstream of the 45.
Oh, he's going to have to let up
3 wide.
Woo. That one got close.
That got very close. I was white-knuckling it, and I'm not even out on the track.
I'm just holding my mouse right now like, oh, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for a caution. But great driving, no caution. They're going to stay side by side a couple spots behind him. 90 thought about taking him 3 wide. He's still thinking about it, decides not to.
Well, Nick Wing is, skilled enough that he could take it 3 wide as they are now.
Wasn't by choice. He's trying to avoid a 3 wide and gets put in a 3 wide anyways, and now possibly losing spots as they freight train him on the outside.
Yeah, he's going to need somebody to drop down as they're using the slipstream on that second lane to really make it happen. As I'm looking for something on track right now. Field getting pretty strung out, except for that battle back there in the mid pack. As Burkhart and Irving going side by side, as Lester and Gleason go side by side, going into 1.
Man, these cars are fanning out every spot of this track they can use. You see a car right now. You see the 33 Gleason. He's trying to take this spot back away from Lester. Lester's going to slide up. Can't quite slide in front of him. He's a little bit loose down the backstretch. He'll get it back together, and he'll have to get the spot up to the number 33.
Well, you got to think that Lester's, thinking in the back of his mind, I got to be a little bit more careful. I've already burned my fast repair. As Irving and Burkhart still side by side. Irving going to have the little bit of drafting help as the 66 of Henneman takes him 3 wide going through the tri-oval.
Wow, what a job there by Henneman. He is looking to take a 2-for-1 special, as you mentioned before. He's going to be able to slide up. Can he hold it there in the bottom? He's going to slide up in 1 and 2. Look at the run that Liam's going to have on the outside there.
Absolutely. Is no quarter asked for, no quarter given here in the early going of this race, as we are 1/5 of the way through this piece. Worrell, Worley, Collins, Clapp, Owens, your top 5 right now. Then you've got Gleason, Lester, Irving, Henneman, Forsyth, as Forsyth and Burkhart throwing haymakers at each other right now. And there's Bartow on the outside trying to stay in the top 10.
Man, what a set of drivers Liam has put together for this league, Tony. I mean, how often are we this excited for battles happening back here in the top 10, at the bottom end of the top 10 with the way they're going right now?
Not often.
This is just fantastic right now. As you see the 69 and 67 as Carlin Forsyth and Dusty Burkhart, they're side by side coming off too. You see the 67 all the way to the bottom trying to get away from any possible side draft.
Well, the other thing too is he's not able to get the slipstream off of the cars in front of him running that low, and that's going to let Nick Wing get back to him.
So further up here, Liam trying to hold off that 66 while Joseph Lester and Jackson Gleason still can't seem to figure out who's going to take that 6th position and who's going to have the 7th position. They're still battling it out here. It seems like they've been doing so for the last 5 or 10 laps now.
Absolutely. As A little bit of heating up going up in front of them as Collins keeping Worley in check for second place. And they've got about a 3-4 car length gap over your pole sitter, Patrick Clapp, right now. Worley up 5 from where he started. Jackson Gleason in 7th, up 8 from where he started. Kyle Henman up 5. Carlin Forsyth up 6. So some moving and shaking going on here in the early going of this event.
You are correct, and as you mentioned, your pole sitter Patrick Clapp in the 4th position, kind of looking down on the number 98 and 22. He just put down the fastest lap, that last lap around of your leaders, not of the race, but just of this lap. So last time around, 65, fastest on the track, and trying to find a way around the 22 and the 98, who also seem to have been nonstop battling for the last 10 laps or so.
Absolutely, but take a look at what their best times were and what their last times were. You're looking at over a 1.5 seconds fall off after 23 laps.
Yeah, we're almost at the 2-second mark, and that's exactly what you said would happen when we started it. You said you were looking at these practice times and seeing the significant drop. With 65% fuel, you got to imagine, especially most of these drivers haven't come down pit lane, only the select few that were involved in a wreck or decided maybe just to come top off. So I know they only use an extra lap or two, but that's an extra lap or two difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would expect sometime within the next handful of laps, we're going to see that first round of green flag pit stop starting as Collins looks to the inside of Worley going through 3 and 4. You think he would have learned his lesson the last time he tried it, that inside is not where you want to be, especially this late in a tire stint.
We're going to do one of my favorite views. We're going to jump on board here with Austin J. Collins, the number 98. As he looks onto the back bumper of the 22, you see he let off. I think he decided to get into this turn a little bit easier and see if he can't try to carry some extra speed down that backstretch to maybe make a move going into turn 3.
Absolutely. As we're watching that, the battle for 6th rages on between Joe Lester and Jackson Gleason. As Lester finally able to wrestle the spot away, and he's going to bring Irving with him. And just as I say that, Gleason sends it going into 3 on the low side. I'm wondering how much longer he's going to be able to hold it down there like that as he's starting to drift up a little bit in the mid-corner. It's going to have to come off the gas. It's going to let Irving get a good run on him, and Kyle Henneman right there with him.
Yeah, Kyle
Henneman was looking to make it 3 wide.
Yes, he was. Liam's going to have a good run. Liam might be able to have a 2-for-1 special by the time he gets into turn 3 himself. Oh, that's some tight racing. Look at these 5 cars right on top of each other here as they dive into turn 3.
Absolutely. They're trying to get it figured out. The question is, what is going to happen is it looks like the 09's struggling right now on the old tires.
Yeah, Owen, he's just going to go ahead and, Owen's going to go ahead and just stick to the bottom, let these guys go right on around him. He's feeling like he's burned up his tires. He's waiting to come down pit lane to get another set of tires.
Absolutely. As Gleason just full send it mode going into 1, drifts up in the middle of 1 and 2. That's going to let Lester get back to him and back by him. As here comes the 66 of Henneman. As Henneman and Irving right in the slipstream right now. And I got to say, I'm thinking the better line right now is the one Lester's running between he and Gleason. Because all Gleason's doing running that lower line is just burning his stuff up. And just as I say that, Lester almost gets into the outside wall, and he's going to lose another spot as here comes Henneman, and here comes Irving as well.
Yeah, he's going to lose 3 spots almost by the time they get through 1 and 2 here. And it looks like Liam does clear him. So now the battle is going to be still for 5th, but Jackson Gleason is your guy in 5th right now. So for a moment, when it looked like he was dropping back a couple spots, he emerges as the number 1 guy here.
Yeah, absolutely. But just the fact of how low he's running in some of these corners, you got to wonder how much longer he can do that for.
Well, maybe you wonder, maybe Jackson saved his tires and he's just able to do that now. That maybe that was the goal, save my stuff. And when these guys are struggling on that high side, I can be the guy to jump to the bottom and make those passes. As we see our first takers to pit road, as we mentioned, Toll Owen on pit road now and Trey Bartow as well. So The 09 and the 00 being the first drivers on pit lane, lap 29 of 100 here.
Did I hear you say you thought Gleason was saving his equipment? Dude, he's
What?
up 10 spots from where he started. How much saving could he be doing?
Well, no, at the start of the run, I mean, he saved his tires to start, and now that everybody else used up theirs, he's able to make those passes on the bottom where maybe some of those drivers don't dare put their cars with what their tires look like. So, and I say that he's going to pit lane now.
Absolutely.
As are Austin J. Collins and Patrick Clapp. So quite a few drivers. Oh, it looks like one car sideways.
That was Lester.
Joseph Lester. Nice save for Lester there.
I'm not sure if he got that thing mowed down in time.
I think so.
Let's see. Pit road speed limit, 55 miles an hour. At the commitment cone, Lester is 58.
Ooh, that's going to be a penalty.
That might be.
Oh, poor Joseph Lester. We'll see now.
We're about to find out. Left side's going on. Nope, no penalty.
He's good. Good for him as Chris Wardell comes back around. He's going to go one extra lap, put these guys another lap down here. Ryan C. Worley's going to be in second. Kyle Henneman going to jump up here to the third position. Liam has yet to pit. Liam and Nicholas pit on the last caution. I don't know if they took tires or not. I know.
Probably not. They did take fuel, though.
Yeah. He was on his pit stop for 18.5 seconds, so that could be a 4-tire pit stop in fuel.
Who?
54.
Liam had damage to fix.
Well, he had the fast repair to use.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
But that's going to hand the lead of the race over to the 54 of Irving, as your leaders do decide to bring it down pit road.
Well, we got quite the battle right now. Liam, Kyle, and Nicholas a little further back, but these guys, I think, maybe just hoping for a caution, but I'm not sure we're going to get one, so we'll have to see what the game plan is for both of these drivers. You see, Kyle is dropping back significantly. Is he out of fuel?
Henneman?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Kyle
that
Henneman's
car's
out
not
of
running.
fuel. Yeah, we just jumped on board with him. Oh, what
okay,
a
so that
disaster.
answers the question. With one caution, 31 and a half laps is all you're going to be able to make it.
Oh, disaster for Kyle Henneman, having a strong run today and running out of fuel. He's going to have to take whatever penalty you need to carry as much speed down pit lane. I'll tell you that much.
Hopefully he doesn't overshoot his pit box, because that's going to spell disaster if he does.
Then you also don't want to undercut it either, because it'll be the same situation. Depends how well did he qualify today, and did he? Oh, he qualified at the back.
Yeah, he hit the wall on both his laps.
He made it out. He made it to his pit box, so that's good. At the very least, he was able to make it to his pit box. As right now, your leader is still Liam, and he's coming down pit lane.
It's going to hand the lead to the race over to the 90 and Nick Wing, who did come down under that last caution to at least top off with fuel and get a little bit of damage repair, as he should be able to go at least 3 more laps than everybody else. We're getting to that point where he's just about bingo on fuel right now. So effective race lead should go to the 6 of Chris Worrell. Once Wing has to go pit side, as Worrell, Clapp, Collins, and Worley all flash by.
You say flash, that's an understatement. Ryan C. Worley just put down the fastest lap of the day. The only person in the 41-second bracket. My goodness, what a fast lap.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Worley is a speedway specialist. When you have to use the draft to your advantage, Worley is usually one of the ones that comes to mind when knowing how to work the draft.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, in the Super Speedway League, he got his 2 wins in the Xfinity car.
Okay, well, there you go. That time around, he put down a 41.98, only slightly slower than his fastest lap, and still the only person to put down a 41-second lap, and he did it back-to-back laps. As he's now got the outside of Austin J. Collins. Nice run there off of turn 2.
And using the draft off of Pat Clapp, who is sitting in second place right now. Worley working around the lap car. That is Damon Lester in the 25. Lester having problems here tonight. Both Lesters having problems here tonight. Let's see if Damon can pick up the draft from Worley. That car seems about as twitchy as a meth head without a hit.
Go
ahead, get your hate mail coming, folks.
Yeah, he's struggling with the how that race car is driving right now. As he becomes your first driver, one lap down. Currently, Damon Lester. Kyle Henneman is able to stay on the lead lap, but currently almost 30 and a half seconds off of the pace. So big loss for Kyle. He's gonna need a caution to make that back up.
Absolutely is. Just checking in with the live chat right now. James Lowe saying Chris Worrell fan club. James, get off your dead butt and come join us next week, my friend. And I would like to thank all 9 people for watching right now. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you don't miss a single moment of action on the ESBN family of networks. ESBN and Sim Racing Media joining forces starting, well, we've already started, but it's going to be even more so in 2022 as we are going to have at least one race every night of the week. Many nights we're going double headers, and there's a couple triple headers in the works. So three races per night that we are going to be broadcasting live to the masses, and you don't want to miss a single moment of action because, we love bringing it to you folks. And don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm to help share these races with more people and get it up on the main page when you log in to YouTube.
Yeah, Tony's saying, we're going to have races every night of the week, and we have some exciting series coming to you guys next season. I am so excited for what 2022 has to offer for us here at the Esports Broadcasting Network and the Sim Racing Media Network. It's been a pretty nice transition so far, joining forces. It's what
absolutely
gives guys like me an opportunity to work with guys like you, Tony. It's been a blast so far, and here we are, 40 laps into this race. Has not been a disappointment, and this is something really you can expect just about every day, every night of the week here.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got teams that have been with each other for a couple of years now. As you guys are 2 years old, and ESBN is going on 4.5 right now.
Wow.
So there's a lot of racing. You can check our archives too. If there's a race you may have missed that you want to go back and look at, there's everything from day one of when ESBN started back when we were in our old BOFA broadcasting days. So
yeah, it's been pretty nice, especially the leagues that we've had so far, and leagues like tonight or the races that you've been doing the last couple weeks on Fridays. Man, those things have been a blast to watch.
Oh yeah, but not a lot of action going out on a track right now. The field pretty much more strung out than a methadone clinic, as Worrell 2.5 to the good over Worley. Worley 3/4 of a second to the good over your pole sitter Pat Clapp. Then you're a half second back to Austin Collins. 3.5 seconds back to Jackson Gleason. Another half second back to Joe Lester. Carlin Forsyth is almost 3 seconds back from Joe. Joel Owens, another 1.5 back. Liam Irving, 4 seconds back. And nobody got popped for speeding in that I can see. And only one car being scored as a lap down. And he's having major handling problems. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the 25 of Damon Lester being scored as the last car still running. Last car to actually take the green flag back in 16th, as Ryan Chapman did not start. But it's going to be still a decent points night for everybody all around.
Oh, absolutely. And guys like Liam, where he's right now back in the ninth position. He's now got a couple laps left under his belt as well. So I believe they do get bonus points for that. Correct?
It is a bonus. There is a bonus point for leading a lap, a bonus point for leading the most laps. I'm not sure about what the rest of the bonus points are. I know some leagues do it one way, some leagues do it another way. So I'm not even going to mention it here because unfortunately I don't have access to a sim racing media or the old Dan Lisa site.
Oh, Sim Racer
Sim,
Hub.
yeah.
Yes.
Um, I don't have access to the files on that only because Liam hasn't posted their results on there yet. Battle's starting to heat up though between Nick Wing and Dusty Burkhart and Trey Bartow.
Yeah, crazy how 43 laps into a race now, and you see so many cars separate. Yeah, here we've got three right on top of each other. That is, as you mentioned, Nicholas Wing. He's gonna dive. No, I'm sorry, that was Dusty Burkhart dives down and cuts the nose off of Nicholas Wing right there. Nicholas has a nice run off turn two. Can he get to the outside of him? He does. He's got the run.
And that is your battle for 10th. And that is your closest battle on track right now. Is it's Wing on the high side, Burkhart on the low side. Burkhart a little bit more send it going into 3. Wing pinches him down. Burkhart has to lift.
That could have been very messy right there.
Oh, that's going to let Trey Bartow in the 00 get to the back bumper of Burkhart, as we've already got 43 laps in the books here tonight. One round of green flag pit stops already under our belts, as I dare say we are about 10 laps from seeing the next round start.
Yeah, I'd say sometime in the next 10 to 15 laps, definitely.
Not even 15.
Well, they made it third. Yeah,
They made
probably
it
10
about
yeah,
30 laps.
They had that caution. That's right.
Yeah, they made it about 30 with a caution in there. So I dare say about 25 is all we're going to be able to see this next time.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty solid number right there. So, yeah, definitely then sometime in the next 10 laps. That'll put us around the just after the halfway mark. Chris Worrell well on his way to trying to lead the most laps and secure those extra bonus points tonight. He is up one spot from his starting position, having started in second. Ryan C. Worley in second, currently up 5 spots from his starting position. Your pole sitter was Patrick Clapp, running still in the top 3.
Bartow just hit the wall in 2.
Ooh. Let's see what this damage could possibly look like. Oh, some pretty decent damage on that car, but
he cheese grated the right side of that 00 Ford Mustang.
Yeah, we'll have to see what still hanging on tough though right now with Dusty Burkhart.
Absolutely, but a lot of separation between these guys, so I dare say we are going to be clean and green for at least a little bit here. Battle going on for 14th, though, as that's Henneman and Sierra going after it right now. Sierra in the 7, Henneman in the 66.
Yeah, Henneman right now is just a man on a mission, trying to make up as much time after running out of fuel. He was half a second faster than Brett that last time around, so he's just chasing down, picking them off one by one as fast as he can.
And I guarantee you, he's going to be a lot more mindful of what his fuel load's looking like. And that's the biggest complaint I've heard from a lot of drivers since the last rollout came through, the Thursday update. It really screwed with the fuel calculations that the crew chief will give you.
Okay.
Where normally when you get low on fuel, it'll say, hey, you got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Yeah.
Hey, you got about 2 laps of fuel left. And then when you really only have about a lap and a half, but what's been going on is recently your crew chief will say, hey, you got about 5 laps of fuel left. Next thing you know, on the back straightaway, you're out of gas.
Ooh, yeah, that's not. Oh, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, that's definitely not kosher. As Burkhart and Bartow still going after it for the 11th spot right now. Neither one can get away from the other one. And I got to give Bartow credit because, he's got that cheese grated right side, but he's still maintaining some pretty good pace, running that second lane, coming off of 4, pulls alongside of Burkhart, drag race to the stripe, give it to Bartow.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Wow, what a run did he carry through 3 and 4 to make that pass so easily, almost it felt like, as Burkhart looks to dive low and try to maybe slide up in front of him, but he won't have the real estate. That double zero is going to drive right on by here off of turn 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're deep enough into this tire stint already that second lane is starting to pay dividends.
Yeah, as his tires, wear out, you're just going to be slipping and sliding, and the higher you are on the racetrack in the turns, it just makes it a little bit easier to control.
Absolutely. It means you don't have to pinch it down as much in the corners.
Yes, exactly. Yes, looks like Toll and Liam looking like they're making a battle here for the 8th position now.
Yeah, absolutely. Irving throws it to the inside going into 3. Gets the look in that Toyota full send it mode for the 54. Going to get the spot away from the 09. Owen's going to get into his slipstream and try to draft him back going into 1.
Oh, he gets into the wall hard off of turn 4.
Wow. That's the one thing we forgot to ask Liam during the jaw session, or before the drivers' meeting started. How bad is the aero push here tonight? And I think we're finding out real quick that
it's bad.
It's horrid.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, that's over a second difference now between the two of them. As Liam picks off that one, he's now looking for another position. He's looking to pass the number 67 of Carlin Forsyth, who's up 9 spots from his starting position. So pretty nice night so far for Carlin. And they are closing in on Joseph Lester as well. So we got a 3-way battle for their 6th place here on lap 52.
It took them that long to get, kind of formed back up and moves starting to happen, but again, you're seeing the difference between the haves and the have-nots, as for a lot of the field, that last lap was over 44 seconds, and that's over 2 seconds from their fastest laps. So,
what's insane is the fact that your leader Chris Worrell and Patrick Clapp both had about identical lap times of 43.58 on the last one. This time around, within 2 100ths of a second of each other again. Austin J. Collins is that lap before was closer. This time not so much. So your top 3 all within about a 10th and a half, almost 2/10 of each other. So still keeping it pretty close right now, this deep into a run.
Yes, but you still have a 2.5 or 2 1/4 second lead from Worrell to Worley, and another 3/10 back from Worley to Clapp. So field still pretty strung out, not quite as strung out as it's been.
Patrick Clapp is back on that rear bumper of Ryan C. Worley there. It is the number 22 and the number 65. 2 of your Fords in this race duking it out for second. And here comes Joseph Lester and Toll. Oh, Joseph almost messed it up again coming down pit lane. That thing looks sideways right there for a moment. Oh, that's that was a little more sideways.
I think he's going to get popped for speeding too, because he has spent a lot of time over that 55 mile an hour speed limit. If he doesn't get a penalty for this, I don't know what the tech officials are thinking.
Well, you're going to see right side tires go on for both him and that 09. Chris Wells already come back around, not quite making a decision to come down pit lane yet, as Ryan Worley and Patrick Clapp are battling still for second position here. Nope, Joseph's back out. 18 seconds. He's good.
Wow.
He's found it. I got to learn something from him. He knows these timing lines then perfectly.
Yeah, I know, right?
I got some learning to do. Is these guys still on each other for second place? And you see in 12th and 13th, these two guys side by side battling it out. Brett and James in the 7 and 14 car. Look at this. Got a couple of battles heating up here and there. As Toll and Joseph. Looks like Toll was able to get back out in front of Joseph Lester there. A little bit better off pit lane. Maybe Lester trying to get a couple seconds of repairs done while he's there.
And the thing is, it's right at the tail end of a fuel stint that we're seeing these battles start to happen. So you can see the guys that have saved tires and the guys that haven't. So
here comes the number 67, Carlin Forsyth, along with Trey Bartow. Right side, the damage doesn't really look too significant there. When he hit the wall earlier, it looked like he hit it harder than it looks.
Yeah, absolutely. As your lead trio still stay out. Clap all over the back bumper of Worley.
Liam's on pit lane now. He's going to bring it in for the 6. Oh, no, he's going to lose it. Liam's going to go sideways on pit lane. Oh, he's going to have to back it up and get it back going. Oh, my goodness. No damage done to the car, but he's just going to lose a ton of time as Dusty Burkhardt makes his way down pit lane as well here.
Yeah, Irving was charging that line to make sure he tried to get as effective a pit stop as he could. The only problem is it didn't work.
Yep, here comes Patrick Clapp, Austin J. Collins. So third and fourth positions making it down pit lane now. Top three still Chris Worrell, Ryan C. Worley, and Jackson Gleason staying out. So this should give the 65 the advantage over Worley once they cycle back off of pit lane, having come in at least one lap prior.
Well, we'll see what happens here as expect Worley to come pit side relatively quick. He's usually not one to stay out any longer than he has to.
Well, he's still out there, as is Worley. So Worley and Worrell staying out longer. We'll see what the 33 Jackson Gleason does. He's all the way to the bottom on the apron. And we have another taker on pit lane here, your third place driver. I mean, now Chris and Ryan have a pretty good lead over most of these drivers. I definitely understand Chris. Ryan, I think, should have come down pit lane already and tried making up some time on that first place car.
Well, we'll see what happens here. Is their lap times have definitely fallen off. Worley, you've got well over 2 seconds from his fast lap. As Worley going to stay out again, or Worrell going to stay out again. Not sure about Worley, and looks like Worley's going to stay out too.
And you see the 65 of Patrick Clapp going back around, looking to make up his spot on pit lane. Jackson Gleason was on pit lane that last time around, so. You still got currently your top 5 drivers have yet to come down pit lane for their second pit stop of the day.
Absolutely they're going to need to get this sorted out pretty quick. Unfortunately, for Chris Worrell, Pat Clapp is less than the pit delta away from him.
Well, and just like that, Chris Worrell and Ryan C. Worley make their way down pit lane, along with the 8th place car of James Wurtzima. I think I said that right.
I think that's what we agreed on before the race.
I'm trying, James. I hope we're right. All right, and Nicholas Wing was actually your first driver on pit lane at lap 34. So that was, he hasn't come down yet.
He was the last driver.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the last driver to pit the last time, so he's going to be able to stay out a little bit.
Well, give him a couple laps left as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There goes Clapp around
Worley. Now, can he catch Chris Worrell? Worrell's right there. Patrick Clapp is definitely going to have the run here off of turn 2. Oh, can the 6 get up in front of him? He will, but the 65 is going to have the momentum as they drive into turn 3. He's going to take that spot away from him. Oh,
that 6 is your effective race lead.
The 6 is fighting back on the outside hard. Can he put it down off of turn 4 and keep it off of the wall? He does. They're going to stay side by side down the front stretch, and I think oh my goodness, that was side by side as they got to the line there. Wow, we are still right up next to each other as they dive down into turn one. Can Patrick Clapp clear him? No, he can't. Worrell's going to cut down in front of him, put Worrell back up here in the third position.
Absolutely, and that is, again, your effective race lead, as Nick Wing and Kyle Henneman did not pit yet.
Jackson
Henneman
Gleason,
right in front of these guys.
A 41.95, fastest lap of the evening so far.
Wow.
Second driver in that 41-second bracket.
And here comes Henneman.
Ooh, almost loses it. Nice save right there. So Patrick Clapp's not really going to be able to hang on for too close to Worrell for long. He does have 3-lap older tires, and I know 3 laps, but this track after 2 laps is going to make you want a new set of tires.
Absolutely. As these guys are just picking them up and laying them down right now. It looks like Bartow got popped for speeding in on his last pit stop. Over 50 seconds in his box.
So question now, Nicholas Wing, if he can make this last 5 or 6 more laps, he's done. He can make it to the end of the race. Everybody else has to make it one more time.
Well, let's see what's going to happen with the 90. Up 11 spots from where we started this piece. So good run for Nick already. Let's see what happens moving forward here.
Yeah, this will be interesting here for the number 90. Oh, it looks like he might be coming down pit lane here. No, he's going to slide back up. He's, he can allow for all these drivers to run up on him and pass him, no problem. He's got, they've got fresher tires. Yeah, sure. He's technically losing time. But if he only has to pit one more time from there, I mean, really, let's see. He's so far 31 laps into this run. He needs 5 more. So really just give him an extra 2 to 3 laps. 3 laps to be safe if he can. And he should be able to stretch the final 32 to 33 and make it on fuel.
Well, that's one thing we have seen on Friday nights out of Nick Wing is he does get some of the best fuel mileage of anybody on track most of the time. And yet again, this field is pretty strung out.
Oh, he's coming down pit lane.
And he's definitely bringing it down. I thought I heard it spitting on the back straightaway, but I wasn't sure. Battle right now between Carlin Forsyth, Joe Lester, and that's a lap car of Brett Sierra. As Forsyth able to get to the inside of Lester coming off of 4. Gets the move done as Sierra with the freshest tires out of the 3 of them. Here comes Forsyth to the low side, Lester on the high side. And again, that is your battle for 6th. Your closest battle on track.
So what is your plan then? Do you think, Tony? You pit. Everybody pit around that 57 to 60 lap mark. So final run's gonna be 40 to 45 laps. Do you divide it right in the middle, 20 and 25? Do you take it as far as you can, hope for a caution?
I'm taking it deep, and then I know I'm going to be okay if we get a late race caution. I can make it from there on fuel. So we'll see what happens here.
All right, well, let's go ahead and let's give these fans watching at home a nice turn it up session here on the Esports Broadcasting Network. Give them all a chance to enjoy the beautiful sounds of these engines. And for those watching and wearing headphones, like always, I will remind you, please be prepared. It is a loud one now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are live here still at Auto Club Raceway for the Auto Club 200 in the Resurgence Xfinity League. Tony, we've had an exciting one so far today, and pole sitters in second place trying to track down our leader, Chris Worrell, who's just about led, I'd say, a good 75% plus of this laps.
Absolutely is. I'm kind of watching what Worley's doing in the 22, sitting in third place. About 3/10 to the good each lap over Clap. And you can see in some of these camera views, Worley is reeling in the 65.
Yeah, he's pulling him in. He did pit 3 laps afterwards, so we'll see over a long run, is this going to benefit him more than it will for Clap having tried to short pit earlier on.
Well, the good news is we're only a handful of laps before the you can make it from here mark pops up. As right now we are 27 to go.
Yeah, we'll definitely be able to make it from here. I'd say get to lap 25, and that almost guarantees you, even with a couple of late race green white checkers possibly. But I can only imagine that they haven't used all their sets, so if we have a green white checkers, they're coming down for fresh sets of Goodyears.
Absolutely. But yeah, field pretty strung out right now.
Well, right now, Joseph Lester's got Liam Irving just about 1 second behind him, trying to track him down for the 7th position. These two drivers seem to have been next to each other most of the day and just kind of peeking around each other when they could.
Absolutely. And, if it wasn't for that little oops that happened on the opening lap, I dare say those two guys would be a little bit further forward in the field.
Yeah, and right now your closest battle on the track is Kyle Henneman and Brett Sierra, currently battling for the 12th position, kind of right on top of each other here. Kyle's still got a long way to go to make up if he's going to be able to pull this one off, or maybe earn some extra spots that he lost after running out of fuel on that first fuel run that we had.
Yeah, right around lap 29, I think it was.
Yep. And right now,
no, it's 30.
This battle for 7th has just heated up significantly. You have Joseph Lester coming down pit lane. Oh, he's gonna lose it. Oh, he saves it. No, he does. Man, Joseph is just cutting it close every time. I don't believe it. My goodness.
Well, you can't say the kid's not trying.
Yeah, he is. Nice solid stop. Doesn't overshoot. Oh, overshoots the box just ever so slightly. That'll lose him a little bit more time. Chris Worrell is still your leader. Let's go ahead and give you a quick little rundown of the field before we get through the rest of these green flag stops. Patrick Clapp, your pole sitters, in second. Ryan C. Worley charging hard, trying to catch Clapp in third. Austin J. Collins running in fourth. Jackson Gleason currently tied for the ESBN biggest mover of the racer world, along with Carlin Forsyth. They are both up 10 spots from their starting positions earlier today. Liam's currently in 7th. Toll Owen in 8th. Nicholas Wing in 9th, quite possibly still in fuel-saving mode. And Dusty Burkhart currently in 11th. Kyle Henneman in... I'm sorry, Dusty Burkhart's in 10th. Kyle's in 11th, if I knew how to read. Brett Sierra's in 12th. Joseph Lester, after having pitted, now down to 13th. James Wurtzema in 14th. Damon Lester in 15th. And Trey Bartow in 16th. So, no drivers currently out of the race that started the race. Pretty nice sign so far.
So far, so good. But, we're getting to that point where the aggression level is going to start to ramp up. Now, granted, nobody's really near anybody else. So we shouldn't have to worry too much about that sort of thing happening. But the question is, who can get on and off of pit road the cleanest for their money stop as we're getting near that point of, yeah, I need to go.
Yeah, that's just going to be a tough one,
You've got to hit your marks. You cannot speed. You cannot overshoot your box. You've got to just be spot on, inch perfect when going into pit road for your money stop.
And as someone like me, I think Bryce Worley or Ryan Worley, he's gonna make the short pit this time. This is gonna be interesting. He waited a little bit late last time, pitted right with your leader Chris Worrell, but he's decided he's gonna short pit it. So interesting decision for Ryan, as Jackson Gleason is gonna follow him down pit lane.
Well, we are
21 laps to go.
Yeah, so you're safe from here. You know, if we stay green, you can make it from here without an issue. Like you said, if we get a green-white checker, come on down, get 4 tires, and just race it out. But I kind of I like the strategy that Worley is employing, mostly because the undercut is so huge right now. As Clapp goes pit side, Worrell stays out, Collins stays out, Irving stays out, and just as I say that, Collins comes in.
So, what is your choice, and what do you do here as the leader? I mean, you're the sitting duck. Clearly, everybody decided they're going to do the opposite of you. That's their job. Do you ride it out as long as you can, knowing that you're probably going to lose the lead at one point, or do you decide that now's the time I got to come in before they drive past me? As Liam and Toll
I
come
would
in as
pit
well.
here. I would pit right here.
And I think that's exactly what Chris is doing. Look at that.
Absolutely. Great minds think alike.
Well, that
A little bit of a lockup to make sure he gets down under that 55-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Yeah, you see the smoke a little bit down at the end of pit lane over there. He should be just fine as long as he hits his marks, get onto his pit box without any issues. We're going to follow him there. Long drive down pit lane. I do believe he started in the second position, so the second pit box. Easy, smooth entry down. And Nicholas Wing has assumed the lead so far today.
No, he doesn't have it yet.
Well, I'm sorry. Yes, he's got it.
He's about to, though.
Oh, well, see, Chris is already coming out, so I don't see this as going to be the race-winning strategy for Nicholas Wing at the moment, because
apparently not.
Chris is going to have significantly fresher tires. I'm not sure if he'll actually take the lead away from Chris at this point. Oh, it's Chris. You see him sliding on that apron, trying to get off of that exit road from pit lane.
And that's Wing right behind Worrell, as Worrell does come out and reassume the lead on the fresher tires by quite a bit.
Or Ryan Worley gained about a second and a half on Chris Worrell by coming in a lap or so early. Did make the pass on Patrick Clapp in the process. Right now, Nicholas Wing with about a second in front of these guys, so he'll probably drop a couple more spots here. So the question would be for Nicholas is that he needs a caution within the next 5 laps, where it forces everybody back down for a fresh set of tires, and he's still going to be at least in the top 4 or 5.
Well, I mean, it was worth a gamble.
Oh, absolutely. You can't do the same thing as the leaders, or else just follow the leaders the entire time. You got to switch it up if you want an opportunity.
Absolutely, but I mean, that was a pretty decent stop by Worrell. Wasn't the quickest of the guys around him. Was actually almost a full second slower than Ryan Worley's pit stop.
Well, he was able to take it calm, Don't push the issue, as he just now put down the fastest lap of the day, being the third driver in that 41 bracket range. So, Worrell saving the best he had for the end.
Absolutely. We are currently 17 to go. Worrell, Worley, and Clapp, your top 3 as they currently run. Worley up 5. Clapp was your pole sitter. He's currently sitting in third, so not a bad run. And Chris Worrell started outside front row, currently shows the way.
Oh my goodness, Chris Worrell 41.9, and even faster lap now.
Good grief.
I'm telling you, he saved the best for last.
Show off.
He's gone. My goodness. Unreal.
Not mistaken, that's...
All right, now this is the fun question. At what lap, or how many laps left after caution, are you not coming down pit lane?
What?
Like, what is the cutoff where if a caution were to come out, you say, I have to stay out and keep my track position before I come in for tires? Or is it a caution comes out, doesn't matter from
I'm
where
putting
to
tires
when?
on.
You putting tires on.
If we go green, white, checker, I'm putting tires on.
All right.
Because you're a sitting duck if you don't.
Well, that's the hard part about the leader. You don't know how many people are going to go with you on pit lane. What if, again, they do the opposite. You come down and everybody stays out and it's a green, white, checkered. I don't know if you can pass 10 to 12 cars in 2 laps.
You're talking cars that are going to have about 20 laps on their tires.
That is true. That is true. Question is there going to be room to pass them? Because we're going to be 5 wide probably.
Well, you only got 9 on the lead lap right now. So yeah, I'm taking tires.
Yeah, I think so. I think
if I've got them, I'm taking them.
Oh yeah, these guys definitely have them. I mean, you had 6 sets of tires. We've made 3 pit stops so far, 4 for a couple other guys. Everybody's still got at least 2 to 3 sets sitting in their pit still.
So yeah, if I got them, I'm taking them. As we are getting the closing laps of this race, 14 laps to go. Make that 13 this time across the stripe. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with Chris Worrell, that actually is an energy drink. Driving for Balls Guarana Cherry. So yeah, that is a legit energy drink. So not being rude, it's just that's the name of the thing.
I don't think anybody's mistaken you, Tony, is rude. I think we're all right.
Oh, trust me, I can be a prick at times.
Oh, not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. I think we all can be. Right now, the person I think who's being a little bit of one is Chris Worrell. He's sticking up the show for the rest of these drivers. All these guys want is an opportunity to compete for this race, and Chris has just pulled away and really leaving a battle for second place right now between Ryan Worley and Patrick Clapp. Patrick has cut this down to about a 7.5 tenths of a second difference, and I think Joseph and Carlin are still battling here for 7th.
Absolutely. Carlin Forsyth on the inside, Joe Lester on the high side, as finally Forsyth able to wrestle that spot away. Lester looks like he's going to try to regroup and take another run at him as they come through the tri-oval one more time here.
And you see how much time Liam lost in this exchange. He was right up with Joseph before pit stops happened, and he is about 3 seconds behind him right now. So a ton of time lost for Liam and spinning out, coming down pit lane.
Those were the 3 seconds he needed to back the car off the wall.
Yeah. But good thing again was the fact that he did not get into the wall. Did a great job of that.
Yeah, absolutely. He was able to get that car locked down and relatively safe. But yeah, you're absolutely right when you were saying that Worley and Clapp are starting to get a little bit closer to each other. Only about a lap difference in their tire strategies.
Well, it really depends from here who's pushing it harder than the other driver. I think that last time around Patrick was a lot faster, so he being in that
2 tenths.
Yeah, in that draft, we'll have to see how they come across as we are now down to 10 laps to go. Yeah, another 2.5 tenths right there for Patrick Clapp, and very similar times by Austin Collins right behind him.
Well, Collins had to work his way around the car of Nick Wing, who's quite deep into his tire run right now. I think Wing is trying to stretch it out. He's definitely off the pace of what some of these other guys are doing. I think he's trying to make it without having to come down pit road for a splash and go.
Well, I mean, right now he's sitting in 5th position. Probably going to lose 6 here to Jackson Gleason, as he's going to see. You see, he'll leave from the room there. Carlin Forsyth is 13.5 seconds back, so not sure if Carlin's going to be able to make up that time.
Not without a caution.
Yeah, he's got him by a second a lap. So as long as they can maintain this pace, Nicholas should be fine to hang on for 6th position, and that's 6 spots above his start position. So I'd say that was a win-win call.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good call. As battle for second, hot and heavy right now. Clapp on the low side, Worley on the high side. Ford crime here in the closing laps. As we are going to be 8 to go this time across the stripe. Chris
Can he
Worrell
slide up? Can he
is a
slide
full
up? Oh, he's gonna. They're gonna get right on top of each other.
Yikes.
He's pushing him down the
Contact.
front stretch.
A little bit of contact there. Chrome horn being laid on by the 22. But Worrell, your leader, is 6 seconds up the road from these guys.
Yeah, he is, and Patrick is going to be able to drive it in deep enough into 1 and 2 and just clear Ryan Worley for the second position. So these guys are going to just swap it out here for second and third. What a battle so far they've put together. It's been nice. As now Liam has made the pass on Joseph. Not sure what happened to Joseph, but Liam made the pass on him for 8th position already, and Joseph losing a ton of time. Maybe he got into the wall somewhere.
It's a good possibility, but the biggest factor is it's five lap newer tires.
Oh, yeah, that makes a big difference, too.
As we are 7 to go.
And
Worrell
Nicholas
still
Wing is coming
shows
down
the
pit
way.
lane.
You kind of knew it was just a matter of time.
He was just hoping. He was hoping for that caution.
A caution would have gotten him there.
Yeah, he's going to drop easily, possibly outside the top 10 after this one.
Yeah, safe bet. Well, maybe.
Let's see. Does it take just a fuel, or does it even take tires here?
Oh, let's find out. Looks like just fuel.
Yep.
Yep, just fuel. So that's going to get him out in front of Dusty Burkhart.
Can he hang on in front of him? That was a question. As we're down to 6 laps to go, coming off turn 2 there. Chris Worrell still your leader. Oh, we got a caution. We have a caution. 6 laps to go. Oh my goodness. He's got the 66 right behind him. 66 gives him a shove down the front. Oh my goodness. They made contact. Heavy contact into turn 3. Oh my goodness. What has happened here, Tony?
What was that all about?
Let's go to our Goodyear blimp. They're going to go over those palm trees. The 66 looks like he just gives him a little bit of shove here. I think he just tried to push him to stay behind him. Maybe he didn't want to make the pass, knowing that he's not on the same lap as him, and just when he hit him, it upset the 45 and it got him in. Yeah, I think that's just what happened when he got into him.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense.
Wow.
Something must have happened earlier in the race that we don't know about.
You think so? I think maybe it was just a miscalculation on his side. I don't know if that was on purpose.
Well, now it's time for good news, bad news.
The good news is 8 laps on 8 cars in the lead lap. Everybody should be on pit lane here.
I would be surprised if we didn't see everybody coming down to get at least a set of tires, maybe just a little bit of go fast.
Now, what do you do if you are one of the lap cars not getting your lead lap back? Do you stay out and hope for another caution? Get the wave around? Or are you coming down for fresh tires too and hanging on?
Well, the 25 is about to get popped because he was a lap car and entered for lead lap cars. So they might give him a hold in his pit stall. But there you go. Everybody on the lead lap so far coming in.
And the number 90, he should get the lucky dog here. And this, he just came to pit lane. I mean, you may as well come in,
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to get the free pass to get back on the lead lap,
take the extra set of tires.
Absolutely, come in and get those tires.
And
Dusty Burkhart's the one that's getting the free pass.
Really? Oh, that's surprising.
The
I thought
69
Nicholas had it. Wow.
No, the Burkhart was the first car 1 or more laps down.
All right, so Dusty was getting the lead lap.
So he got the free pass. Yeah.
That's okay. Well, that's fine for Nicholas. He can take the wave around here, and he's got fresh tires, so he's actually still. Oh, that's right. He only took gas and go.
Only.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Well, never mind. Never mind for me. It's Joseph Lester still on pit lane. So Chris Worrell in first, Patrick Clapp in second, Ryan Worley in third. Austin J. Collins in 4th, and Jackson Gleason, currently your biggest mover of the race, in the 10th position. Liam's back here in 6th. Let's not count out Liam. We saw him putting down some pretty fast laps there before that caution break. And he'll be on the outside in 6th position. You can make up a ton of spots if you drive it in deep in turn 1. We'll have to see. Man, this just got really interesting.
Well, now here's the whole good news, bad news thing if you're a Pat Clapp fan. Good news, he's going to be restarting in 2nd. Bad news is Worrell and Worley are teammates.
Ooh.
So Worley's going to know when Worrell's going to pull the trigger. And it looks like we are going to get a natural green-white checker. Yes, we are. Lights are out on the pace car. So we are going to restart on lap 99. And if the leader takes the white flag before all hell breaks loose, we're racing back to the checkers. If he doesn't, we're going into overtime.
Well, we have 3 overtime possibilities, so technically we could have 4 green-white checkers here tonight, and
God, I hope not.
I don't think we're going to need the 4 of them. I think we might need one of them, you know? I can see possibly a caution coming out here in the final, in these final 2 laps, but I don't see more than one caution if we do have one.
Well, we're about to see what's going to happen as the field works its way into the 3-4 complex behind the pace car.
Well, this is Chris Worrell's race to lose. Let's be honest. He's been fantastic
Absolutely.
all day long. He's got a teammate behind him that's going to be able to battle for second possibly with Patrick Clapp because he's going to jump with him, as you mentioned. So I think
Here we go.
Chris has got it. Pace car's ready to come down pit lane. We're going to have two laps to go.
Pace car is in. Field works its way into the Red Cat restart zone for what we hope is the last time. Worrell wastes no time pulling the trigger. Worley goes with him on the inside.
Worley did not get going Clapp, as well as he could
have. Clapp definitely borked that restart as he has Collins all over him. Collins going to get to the inside of Clapp as well. Worley with a good lead. Car length, almost 3 car lengths to the good over the double deuce of Ryan Worley. Down the back straightaway they come into turn 3. White flag's going to be in the air this time. Clapp and Collins still side by side for third.
Collins is going to slide up ever so slightly. Clapp is going to get to his door. He's going to get him a little loose with that arrow. He's going to try to clear him as they come off forward. Not quite. He's going to have a good run. He should clear him. White flag this time around.
Worrell, Worley, and Clapp, your top 3. They have been the class of the field all night long. Here comes Collins to the inside of Clapp as well. Clapp able to keep it wound up in that second lane. Worley protecting the inside line like it's his firstborn child. Down the back straightaway they come.
Here comes Liam.
Worrell in command. Irving working the backside of Collins right now, trying to make it 3 wide for third.
Collins sends it into the corner. They're going to make contact. They're going to keep it together.
Coming off of turn number 4. Across the checkered flag, Chris Worley bringing home the victory here tonight at Auto Club. Ryan Worley hanging on for second. Austin Collins for third. That contact between Irving and Clapp definitely cost both of them, as Clapp coming home in fourth, Irving rounding out your top 5.
Let's watch how these guys finish it out here. Let's see, they're going to be through almost 3 wide, and it looks like looks like Collins stayed right in front after making contact with the 65. You see this with the 65, loses some time. Carlin Forsyth, look, he's trying to take it 3 wide. He almost got a couple spots right there, and Liam just barely edges Patrick to the line for 4th.
Absolutely. I mean, that was an amazing finish that we just saw.
Yes, it was. All right. Well, these guys are celebrating. Let's celebrate with them. Let's start bringing down our race winners and our top finishers into the booth here. How about it?
Absolutely. As we are going to reach out now to the driver of the Balls Garana Cherry number 6. 2 weeks in a row. Chris Worrell, congratulations on the victory here tonight at Auto Club.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You were the class of the field all night long. Talk us through how your race went from your point of view.
Well, me and Ryan and we're working on just to save tires there and be there at the end. Which me and him ran 1 and 2. Patrick was up there with us, and we were able to stay up front the whole race. I really hate that caution came out at the end there. That happened again. That happened last week too. I hope that doesn't become a common thing. To end these fuel mileage races like that. It kind of sucks for a lot of those guys that was running on fuel mileage. But I don't know. It was just a good run. Really wish we could have finished it under the green there. But hey, 2 cautions. You can't ask for a better race.
Yeah, absolutely, especially at one of the tough tracks like California is. And just how bad was the tire wear tonight? Because we know this track is notorious for cheese gratering a set of Goodyear Eagles.
The fuel, I know a lot of people in the league like the 12.5 gallons, but at a track like this, it makes it so tight to drive, because there's a lot less weight in the car to get the car turning. So you got to take it really easy. But, it definitely did its share of eating up tires. At the end of a fuel run, I could tell I was getting tight and getting towards the wall. But, you had to take it easy to be on a long run anyway because it was so tight with less fuel, which makes the races more interesting. That's for sure. But personally not a fan of the fuel that being that low. But it worked out in our advantage, so I can't complain.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, again, class of the field, most laps led, second win in a row. You're leading the points. Talk us through your season so far.
So far so well. Just hoping to qualify better from here on out. I've been a little conservative, just trying to make sure I'm up front to be able to go the whole way. But I feel like if I can get a little bit faster on qualifying, I'll be happy. Just staying up front and staying nice and smooth and avoiding the wrecks. I think I should be able to keep getting some more wins.
Well, now, Chris, I got to ask you the big question. We've seen a couple of the guys from the Circle B Diecast Super Speedway Series joining you here in the Resurgence League. Are we going to see any of your other balls out racing teammates join you?
I don't think so. A lot of these guys have other leagues they run on Saturday night. My buddy who just started iRacing, I've been helping him out. He just joined. Shout out Josh Harrell. I know you're gonna watch this later. I joined the league so we could, for it to be his first league, but the times ended up being bad for him because he works early Sunday mornings. So, I like racing with these guys, so I'm gonna obviously stick it out and keep running the rest of the season. So, it'd be cool to get those guys in here, especially for the plate tracks, because that's where we can work together the best. But so far, it looks like I'll be representing balls, by myself.
Well, you've got Ryan Worley working with you here, and we've seen you two work very well together on the Friday night stuff. So, all things considered, you can't be too disappointed having Ryan with you in this league.
Oh, absolutely. Him and Nick, that's going to come to a good advantage next time we go to another super speedway track. I think there's one more on the schedule. So,
yeah, Dega's coming up.
Dega, cool. Yeah, that should be fun. I love that track. But yeah, I think me, him, and Nick should be able to, work on our pit stops, practice, and hopefully go out there and dominate.
All right, Chris, who do you need to thank before we let you go celebrate the victory here tonight?
Liam for running the league. You guys, mainly. I appreciate everything you guys do. For both leagues I run in. Love watching the broadcast afterwards. Any sponsors I'm missing? This being a new league, I hope I'm not missing anyone, but mainly, Surge, some good stuff right there. Go get you a 12-pack and hold you through the day. I drink about 12 Surges in a day. That's just me though. I'm borderline diabetic, but it's worth it, man. Surge is just the best. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, it's got a better flavor than the other similar drinks out there. But Chris, we'll let you go celebrate with your team. Congratulations on your second win in a row and third podium in a row to start off the Resurgence League.
Thanks, Tony. Appreciate you and Angel. Y'all have a good night.
So that was our winner. And Angel, I believe you got his teammate with you now.
Hey, Ryan Worley, this is Angel and Tony in the ESBN broadcast booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Ryan, man, you had a fantastic run today. Starting back in 7th, made your way up to the top 3 pretty quickly and stayed there the entire time. What could you have done, if anything, to battle your teammate there, Chris, for the win?
I don't think I could have done much. He was significantly faster than me most of the night. So what I was hoping to do there is exactly what happened, was just kind of get with him, get the same timing on the restart, and then just finish P2 to him. I was totally fine with that.
Yeah, fantastic run. Tony and I were talking about it. You know, the teamwork that it would take to come home 1-2. You guys do just that. Ryan, what was your plan going into tonight's race? I mean, aside from how did you prepare for this tire wear that is so abrasive here at Auto Club?
I'm gonna be honest. It was just probably the last 10 minutes of practice. I started actually even thinking so much about how it was gonna be on the long run. And Chris has shown me the line he runs, like actually during the race. Like actually during the race, me and him were going through the corners. He's like, "All right, here's where I'm lifting, and here's how I'm arcing." And basically, that's where I picked up on how I was gonna run that line for the rest of the night. So me and him were running basically the same line. That's why we were saving about the same. But yeah, like I said, I really didn't figure it out until we were in the race. That's usually how that goes for me.
Well, teamwork, as I said earlier, makes the dream work. You guys did a fantastic job, and I do believe you guys are at Talladega next week. So,
I don't think it's next week.
I think Liam was talking about maybe making the change to Talladega for next week.
Right.
So, if it is, clearly the teamwork is working pretty well for you guys, and we look forward to seeing it, whether it's next week or in a few weeks when it's currently on the schedule. Ryan, I'm sure you got a couple guys you'd like to thank before we send you off to celebrate with Chris.
Yeah, well, I always got to thank Good Lord Bub just helping me come out here and race to be actually fast tonight. I want to thank my teammate there, Chris, and Nick, just give me some field mileage stuff, and obviously Chris basically just showed me how to drive this track all night. Don't really have any sponsors, I guess, in this league. Some of the other leagues, and then we have a list we have to go through. But just thanks to you guys for coming out here broadcasting this. And, yeah, I hope we get to go to Talladega next week. Me and Chris both running a super speedway series, so we've got a lot of practice doing that stuff.
All right. Well, Ryan, congratulations on your podium finish. Go on and celebrate, and we will see you next week, whether it's Talladega or Watkins Glen.
Sounds good. We'll see you, and have a good one.
So that was our second place finisher. And joining us now, the man who turned it on when he absolutely needed to, coming home in the number 3 spot, we're talking about Austin Collins. Austin, congratulations on the podium here tonight at Auto Club Speedway.
Appreciate it, brother.
Talk us through just how difficult it was trying to make the passes here tonight.
Oh, it's impossible, man. The track's so wide, but it seems like there's only one lane that's fast.
Well, on the final lap, you were able to find that lane, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I probably need to apologize to Pat. He's a buddy of mine, and I basically doored him coming in. I'd say he's not too happy with me.
Oh, it made for a great broadcast.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
we're loving it up here.
That was the highlight of the event, basically.
Yeah,
but you guys kept it pointed in the right direction, so that's some good news.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll forgive me, I'm sure.
Well, Austin, next week there's talk that we're going to Talladega. There might be a little bit of a schedule change coming into the Christmas break. Your thoughts if we do go to the 2.6 mile super speedway there?
The first one we tried to play a little more cautious, but I think we're going to have to be more aggressive. Seems like most of these guys can drive, so a lot of them better than me, so we'll just try to follow them up to the front.
Well, tonight, only 2 of them were better than you, so I'd say you had a pretty successful outing. Congratulations on your top 3.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, Austin. I mean, you had a great run going. You were battling in the top 5 all night long. I don't think you had any moments on pit road that were kind of white knuckle like a lot of these guys had. Now, the big question that I have is when that final caution did come out, I saw you only took fuel. Were you at any point thinking about taking your final set of tires, or was that out of the equation?
Well, I thought I took tires. I definitely took tires, but I only took a gallon of fuel to try to speed it up. I don't know if it did or not. I was just trying to make them last as long as I could.
All right. And Austin, who do you need to thank before we let you go celebrate?
I thank Liam for running the league and all these guys for a clean race.
All right, Austin, congratulations to you tonight for coming home on the podium. Looking forward to seeing what you can do next week.
Appreciate it, guys.
Angel, we got another one in the books, my friend.
Yes, we do. It was a fantastic one. Nice, clean racing throughout. And I got the wrong one. So race one. There you go. Yeah, it was a fun one. Chris Worrell dominating the race today, coming home in the victory lane circle. His teammate Ryan C. Worley was in second. Austin J. Collins, who we just finished speaking with, was in third. Liam was in fourth. Patrick Clapp would wind up fifth. Carlin Forsyth, nice race for him. He was the ESBN Hardest Charger Award tonight, up 10 spots from his starting position in last place.
Good run.
Good run for Carlin. Almost took 2 more spots right there at the end. Remember, he took him 3 wide.
Yeah, he did.
Jackson Gleason in 7th. Dusty Burkhart in 8th. Joseph Lester in 9th. And Toe Owen was in 10th place.
James Worsima coming home in 11th, first car, 1 or more laps down. Kyle Henneman, 12th. 13th goes to Damon Lester. Trey Bartow in 14th. Nick Wing in 15th after that fuel strategy didn't quite play out how he was hoping it was going to. Brett Sierra rounding out your starters in 16th. Ryan Chapman did not start.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate everybody coming out here, watching with us. The fantastic battle that we had on tonight's race for the Resurgence Xfinity series. Next week, we don't quite know whether it's going to be Watkins Glen or Talladega, but I assure you, either one's going to put on quite a battle and quite the performance for us on Saturday night. So we wish everybody a great day. Enjoy your week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Next week, you will be joined once again with John and, as always, Tony Trapasso. We thank you very much for joining us tonight on the Esports Broadcasting Network, a sim racing media company. Everybody, have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yeah, just remember, ladies and gentlemen, as you walk down the road of life, don't play